Welcome back to Movie Summary. Today we are diving into a film called The Game. The movie starts with Nicholas getting ready to head out. He leaves for work. He arrives and immediately gets to work at his big office. His ex-wife Elizabeth then calls him. He tells his secretary to take a message. His secretary tells him a man named Butts is trying to get a meeting with him. He accepts the meeting. Later, Nicholas is at the restaurant waiting for the meeting when Conrad arrives. He is the man he called himself but for the joke. They are brothers. Nicholas then asks him what brings him to town. He says he is here for his birthday, and gives him an envelope with a card written Consumer Recreation Services, CRS. Conrad tells him to call that number. His life will be no better, he says, a profound life experience. At this moment the staff sings him happy birthday. While driving, Nicholas has memories of the past, as a kid seeing Silhouette. Later that night, Elizabeth calls him wishing happy birthday. He gets anxious realizing he is turning 48, the year his father passed. We realize that Silhouette he saw as a kid was his father jumping. The next day, Nicholas sees that the company on the card from his brother has now offices in the building. He goes to see them. A man comes to him and tells him let's get started. He gives him forms to fill out. He realizes those questions are very weird. Nicholas then asks what is this? The man tells him it's a game tailored for each participant. After asking more, the man is vague and says we provide what's missing. Fill out the form and one day your game begins. You can decide to choose then. Nicholas then fills out the form. They then make him pass physical exams for hours. He is finally done. The next day he hears two men talking about CRS. He then asks them what is that game. But they are also vague and leave, telling him with the game he will finally unlock himself. The following morning, Nicholas is in a board meeting. He gets a call from CRS, who tells him his application was rejected. Now Nicholas is so intrigued. That night he comes back to his house, and sees a body laying by the entrance, reminding him his father when jumped. He checks to realize it's a mannequin. In it, he finds a key with CRS on it. On TV, he hears the reporter call him a fat cat millionaire. Then the reporter talks directly to Nicholas, and tells him, this is your game and welcome to it. He adds that you received your first key. Many will follow. You never know when the keys will come or how you will use it. His house lady comes seeing him being weird. She tells him good night as she is leaving. The TV then shows there is cameras in his house. Realizing the camera is in the mannequin he breaks it. The reporter then gives him an emergency number from CRS, and wishes him good luck. The next day, Nicholas is paranoid, wondering who is watching him. Nicholas then takes his flight and drives at destination. He confronts a partner, who is costing his company millions in stocks. The man asks more times, but Nicholas doesn't care, and he tells him his father would be ashamed of him. Nicholas gets mad and fires him on the spot. He then goes to open his suitcase to offer him the documents, but he can't open it. He takes his keys out, sees the CRS key and tries it. It doesn't open. He leaves. Later he throws the suitcase, mad. We then see him waiting for Conrad at the restaurant. A waitress then drops wine on his suit. He insults her. She calls him an asshole. The manager hears that and fires her. They give him another table. A man gives him the bill, before he orders anything, and leaves. Nicholas follows him. He then meets the waitress that just got fired. Her name is Christine. Thinking she is part of the game, he asks her if she has something for him. She doesn't know what he is talking about. She tells him to go screw himself. He then apologizes to her. When he sees a man collapse in front of him, Christine runs to help. Nicholas stops a police car. An ambulance arrives to take him, and Nicholas and Christine are forced to fill out forms. In the ambulance, he shows her the note he received written, "Don't let her get away." She doesn't care. Once arrived at the hospital, the entire power goes out. No one is then around. Nicholas tells Christine this is a game. They wonder why is she involved. Both grab a flashlight and going to get out of here. They then see a door opening. It's the elevator. They get inside but the door doesn't close. Michael then take his CRS key, put it in and it works. The elevator then goes dark, no signal. They are stuck. Michael gets out by the roof of the elevator. He pulls Christina with him. They climb to the nearest floor. Michael realizes he is in the lobby of CRS. Their building. Christina walks on a security laser, and alarm goes off. They start running. They get outside while a CRS security car follow them, unleashing a dog, who runs after them. They escape it. They then climb stairs into a building, while trying to get down on the other side. Christine asks herself who is Michael. Christina jumps in the garbage, followed by Michael. Michael then brings Christine into his office. They change into better clothes, and as Michael puts her in a taxi, he say he will call the owner of the restaurant about her. She confesses to him that someone gave her $400 to spill drinks on him. The next morning, Michael receives a call from his assistant, who tells him it's 11 a.m. and he is not at the office yet. She also tells him his credit card is at the hotel. He calls the hotel, who inform him his room is ready and the woman is on its way. He asks the name of the woman but they don't know. He immediately arrives at the hotel, where the concierge tells him, "Welcome back." He is surprised and asks him is they met before. He then realizes he already have the key of the room in his pocket. He is brought to the room. There, Michael sees an empty glass, then sees the room is upside down, porn playing, and his name signed at receipt. He stresses. He then sees the suitcase he lost in the elevator last night. He opens it and sees pictures of a woman, and drugs. Housekeeping them knocks. He closes the door on her and asks her to come back later. He then starts cleaning everything. He injured his hand. The toilet starts overflowing. He takes the suitcase and leaves. A car follows him. Michael notices it. He stops the car and confronts the man, asking why is he following him. The man says he is just driving. He hides some pictures. Michael grabs a gun from the man. The man tells him he is a private investigator. Someone hired him to watch over Michael. The man then runs away. After Michael asks who hired him, Michael then rushes to his meeting. It's the partner he fired. He throws the pictures on the table and goes off on him, in front of his family. The man then says he accepted the settlement with peace, and Michael realizes he wasn't behind all of this. The lawyer then asks Michael, "What the hell are those pictures?" Michael asks his lawyer to go after CRS. He shows the document he signed with them, but it's an empty paper. Michael loses his mind. Michael finds an object in his suitcase. He goes home, puts the found gun in the suitcase. What's about to happen will change Michael's life forever, as the game is about to take a turn to a level no one could have anticipated. The next events will shock. Check out part 2 attached here. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and check our other movies summaries.